and Assalamualaikum. We are from group number 4. We will be presenting our report on bibliographical services and utilities. I'm Chazwani.
I'm Ifa.
I am Adiha.
And I'm Natasha.
With introduction, bibliographic services and utilities are organizations that maintain an online bibliographic database and provide any interested person with computer help. This organization is a non-profit organization that acts as a source of instant readable bibliographic material, while national and international organizations are involved. The activity referred to in a bibliographic volunteer activities is the operation by which according to established standards, recorded information is organized or arranged and thus easily identifiable and retrievable. So next.
Section A, Bibliographical Services and Utilities. So the introduction of NUC project is National Catalog is the catalog of combined holdings of several libraries. It combines the catalog records of multiple libraries into one database using a single or master bibliographic record with specific item records and summary holdings data for each institution attached to it. BIM and Copland 2001. Commonly, people always prefer Union Catalog to best directories on what is held by others, where each institution makes details of the resource Burnhill, Guy, and Osborne 2006. So the next slide is of NUC project. In 1970, the development of Malaysian Union Catalog started with printed catalog and being used until end of 1990. During the period, only few participating libraries contribute their records to the project. It involved only few libraries, which are National Library of Malaysia and 5 university libraries. Impressively, until 1990, 480,000 catalog records were accumulated, and the project has been recognized as the biggest bibliographic database in the country. The next slide. Mission, manage and develop bibliographic and non-bibliographic information repositories through a network of library partnership in Malaysia. Objective, first, establish and centralize the database for access to information, resources, and identify the location. Second, streamlining sharing of high quality data which comply to international standard. Third, simplify cooperation in cataloging process. Participation, perception of the participating libraries towards the accessibility of KIK records in KIK portal, accessibility of the KIK in the study, regards to the ability of the KIK system to provide access to the users, especially the participating libraries to any bibliographic or non-bibliographic information available in the KIK database. These some of the comments from the survey are as follows. Next slide. Service provided by KIK. First, source information. Second, data sharing. Third, sharing physical and digital materials. Fourth, cataloging. Benefits of KIK. First one, facilitate and expedite reference to local library resources. Second, able to access the latest information on the availability of library collection in the country. Third, increase the standard and quality of library materials cataloging practices. Fourth, simplify and speed up the cataloging process through the bibliographic record download facility. And the last, facilitate interlibrary loan. So the next slide is future planning. The idea of having a union catalog for Malay manuscript was conceived in 2012 as class activity in the Manuscript Laboratory, IIUM. The idea was discussed with other institutions for project collaboration. However, outcomes of the discussion were varied because of the nature of the project. As you can see, figure 1, the client-server architecture for Union Catalog of Malay manuscript. And figure 2, a user can filter their search according to the title or call number. So this is the point of view. The problem is in the phase of data collection, more than 7 data was discarded and disqualified from being analyzed. This percentage is too big, and it indicates that the retrieval of the information during the data collection is not effective and efficient, since the data contains weak to many duplicates that data and errors, which leads to the discarding of the disqualified data. And then the recommendation on solving the problem. First, discover the cause of duplicate data. Second, compile data in the separate file for making it easy to find. Third, check all data of items that were cataloged every month. And the last, improving the management of the bibliography records. So, the conclusion NUC project, this paper provides highlights on issues relating to authoritativeness of Malaysia Unique Catalog, known as Catalog Induk Kebangsaan, which is KIK. There are institutions who are contribute their library's bibliographic data or catalog records to the National Library of Malaysia for the purpose of KIK project. The KIK project aims to serve as a centralized catalog database to hold all bibliographic and non-bibliographic information of participating libraries.
The last section is Introduction to BLIS. BLIS is bernama Library and Infolink Service. BLIS is an information-rich and convenient research portal that provides access to news and significant information in Malaysia. Next is the BLIS history. BLIS was launched on 22nd October 2001. On the 1st March, BLIS was upgraded to a new version. And in 2008, new BLIS fully operational and used by staff and clients in 2008. And the next is mission, vision, and objective. The mission is to produce and disseminate news and information in an accurate, speedy, fair, and objective manner. To use the latest technology in service delivery. And last, to fulfill the needs of clients at all times. The vision is to become a renowned news agency which is recognized internationally. The objective is bernama always strive to gather channel news and information that are accurate, fast, and fair. Next is participant or membership. This work with universities across Malaysia to share knowledge. The examples of universities are Universiti Tunku Abdul Rahman, Open University Malaysia, and University College Library. Next is BLIS products. BLIS stores a range of information such as archival news, foreign news, calendar of events, data bank and directory, and speeches. The benefits is some key users such as journalists, market research, media events, practitioners, economics will get the benefit from BLIS. And next is future planning. From Datuk Mokhtar Hussain said, Bernama has to produce news based on in-depth reporting and analytical elements. He said new skills have to be gained from training sessions. And Sakina Muhammad said Bernama will continue moving forward so that it will not only be able to catch up with other digital newsrooms, but also be at the forefront. Next is from my point of view about BLIS. Based from the recent research, it may conclude that BLIS has its own weakness. It seems a bit hard compared to other online database because BLIS requires an account if user want to read the article. BLIS also should provide with more accurate journals to public. My recommendation is BLIS should play a bigger role in collecting Malaysian journals author to publish their findings and study. BLIS should enhance their searching techniques to facilitate users exploring in view of getting the information. Next is conclusion. BLIS is an electronic information provider that we can trust and easy to access to their news and convenient for Malaysian users. Most importantly, by reading material provided, good services facilities provided, and by providing accurate, reliable, authentic, and factual news and information via BLIS as a reference and backgrounder, will result in the production of quality news materials. As the National News Agency, BLIS commands the attention of people seeking credible information. So that's all from BLIS.
So next we will go through to section B, national and international organization involved in bibliographic control activities. First, I will intro about IFLA, the International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions. IFLA is the leading international body representing the interests of library and information service and their users. It is the global voice of the library and information profession. Next. So background of IFLA. IFLA was founded in Edinburgh, Scotland on September 30, 1927 at the 50th anniversary celebration of the British Library Associations and inspired by post-World War First internal unity and collaboration. And then after World War II, IFLA's membership grew to 50 countries. In 1946, IFLA partnered with the United Nations Educational, Scientific and Cultural Organization, which is UNESCO. IFLA now currently headquartered in the Hague at the Royal Library. Next. Mission, vision and objective of IFLA. Mission to inspire, engage, enable and connect the global library field. Vision, a strong and united library field powering literate, informed and participative societies. And objective first is promote high standard of provision and delivery of library and information services. Encourage widespread understanding of the value of good library. And third, represent the interests of our members throughout the world. Next. So participation or membership. Firstly is relation with other bodies. IFLA has formal ally relation with UNESCO and observer status with the United Nations International Scientific Union Council, which is ICSU, World International Property Organization, which is WIPO, and the International Standards Organization, which is ISO. In 1999, IFLA established observer status with the World Trade Organization, which is WTO. Next is membership. IFLA has two main categories of membership, which is association membership, have information professional libraries and information service. The second is institutional membership, is designed for individual library and information service. Next. IFLA has many services, which first is bibliography, second information literacy, next libraries for children and young adults, library service to multicultural populations, knowledge management, indigenous matter, cataloging, information technology, library service to people with special needs, literacy and reading, reference and information services, lastly is subject analysis and access. So benefit of IFLA is the global voice of libraries, information centers, and information professionals worldwide. And second is IFLA is the primary platform for promoting priorities, exerting influence as a group. IFLA offers an international network to exchange ideas and to promote international cooperation. IFLA depends on the cooperation and active involvement of its members to reach its goal. Next. So we go to future planning of IFLA. Firstly is strengthen the global voice of libraries. Second, inspire and enhance professional practice. Third, connect and empower the field. Fourth, optimize our organization. So my point of view of IFLA is IFLA should make a categorization option for the published information appearing organized on its website. IFLA should make short words because the IFLA website is so full of words that it is difficult for users. The search bar on the IFLA website should be improved to find information. IFLA can provide IFLA helpers on the website to make it easier for users to find important information. Next. So conclusion of IFLA. IFLA plays an important role in the library development. IFLA is great for global users because it can make it easier for others to access information. IFLA must improve its website to look organized and make it easier for users to find pieces of information.
Last section, Introduction of National Library Malaysia. The National Library of Malaysia, or PNM, is the agency responsible for preserving national collection of knowledge at the national and future levels. Effort to establish a national board with executive power were mobilized by the Malayan Library Group through a memorandum issued in 1956. Next slide. Background information of NLM. Established 1972 at Jalan Tun Razak Titi Wangsa, Kuala Lumpur, to produce library resources that are available for the general public and to act as a store for collection of national interest. Have almost 5 million items including books, publication, magazine, newspaper and online materials. The books that are available for borrowing number are over 500,000. They are in Malay, Chinese, Tamil and many other languages, but most of the books are in English. Next slide. Mission, vision and objective. Their mission is, the National Library Malaysia mission is to ensure the delivery of quality information resource through library services in order to build a knowledge society. vision to make the National Library Malaysia as a world-class leader in library development and services by the year 2020. Objective: to make available for the use of present and future generation a national collection of library resources. Next slide. Participation or membership from others' body. International embassies in cooperation with several foreign embassies, which is Embassy of the Islamic Republic of Iran, Embassy of the Republic of Iran, the Republic of Kazakhstan, the Embassy of the Azerbaijani Republic, and so on. And we got Asian Digital Library. NLM continued to share digital resources in Asian Digital Library as an effort to promote public access to these contents. Until 2017, NLM has released 366 titles. Next slide. Services, which is public services, publisher services, and interlibrary services. Public services have 9 different types of services, and publisher services have 4 types of different services, and interlibrary services as well have 4 different types of different services. Benefits of NLM. There are a lot of benefits that the people can get by having the National Library Malaysia. The first one is National Library Malaysia preserve history, and more importantly, truth. It is important now more than ever to maintain the facts. The second one is offer free educational resources to everyone. The last one is offering free access to educational news and historical tools. Future planning. The first one, they have digital library empowerment. As you can see at the pictures, that what they are trying to have by in the future. And the second one is to motivate of reading culture and writing dignification of Jawi. Points of view about the organization. My point of view, one of the problem is the library focus on wrong priorities. The main library complex is reserved for exhibition, while only 2 or 3 of the building is dedicated to books. For a national library that is supposed to promote a culture of reading, only 2 floors of 3 buildings were dedicated to books and material which the public could borrow, and both these floors were located in Wisma Sejarah, which is to be found at the very back of the National Library. My recommendation to improve National Library Malaysia is recommend to collaborate with other regional libraries to have a consolidated library service. Partnership with local public or private group are a great way to expand the program of the library. But there is also the option of forming alliances with other libraries and offering customers a more competitive service. My other recommendation is to find out who are non-users and introduce them to the National Library Malaysia. A significant number of individuals have never been to the library or have not used any of the library resources if they have been. My last conclusion about NLM is, in conclusion, as a source of reference and scientific research, the National Library of Malaysia plays an important role for the public and the administration of the country. We can find information on the website of the National Library or walk to the National Library in the center of Kuala Lumpur. In the National Library, there are different kinds of facilities open. We can see the special architecture of the National Library.
Lastly, the conclusion to all of this, with the availability of bibliographic utilities and services and national and international organizations involved in bibliographic control activities such as Malaysian National Union Catalog Project, which is NUC project, and Bernama Library and Infolink Service, which is BLIS, can provide bibliographic control for microfilm collections, is important because it facilitates access to specialized research materials and reduce duplicative purchases. Each point that has been stated, such as benefits, future planning, point of view, and so on, is the main focus for them to achieve their target. Thank you, madam.